Alright, so what we're doing right now is we're just cutting all the pieces for it. We did build the other one. I don't know if I'll show that, but what I'm doing is building a table, collapsible table desk for my wife. We'll just kind of time lapse some stuff. But here's the base of it. Then we'll have these uprights. They're just small, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut out some 1 inch. We're going to put it right here. The desk will be adjustable by 6 inches or so. So we're going to do that. We'll just see what happens. Alright, so I'm trying not to get too far ahead of myself here before I really get going. But let's see. I got these uprights on. We're going to support it in back with this right here going across. These are just here as a spacer right now. And then we're going to put bars going from here out to hold it perfectly square here. Because this is going to be supporting the entire desk, just these two little things. So I want to bring this up higher. And then have these angle parts go all the way up. These parts are the sliders. The whole desk will sit on this. Drill holes in them so you can adjust them. It won't be like adjustable on the fly, but you'll be able to do it. So these fit down into here. We'll drill a bunch of holes. There'll be 2 washers with some butterfly nuts, and you can just move it up and down, lock it into place, and that's where your desk is. So the entire desk is going to sit on these. So I got to wrap my head around it, figure out, make sure I'm not getting too far ahead of myself on this build. And then I got to cut up the oak and make the desktop. All right. We got our back braces on going up, going across. It's nice and sturdy now. Now what we got to do is cut a few pieces that are going to go this way. We need to support it. Apparently I ran out of nails and that one didn't nail in, so I'll have to do that in a second. But anyway, we're going to put some supports here, push that back into alignment, and then add some little ones going that way like I did over on the back. Try not to get too far ahead of myself here. Do some pocket holes. This is going to get pocket holed up to here. I already cut my top 16 inches. That's 39 and a half length, but right here in the front, I am putting this here. To kind of hold that edge down. Now, these levers that are on my that are going to bring out the entire table will go right here. It'll bring it up and it'll be nice and flush with that. I also have a bit on the back here not only am I supporting the main structure, I also have this, which is going to be attached to the sliders that are going to go up and down, giving us our little bit of a height adjustment. And this will keep this in check so nothing moves. We still have to put the feet on here that come out about 20, probably about 10 more inches. Otherwise it'll be really tippy. All right, so there we have it for now. We got the slide part pretty much done. Of course, there's some sanding we got to do and all that. Down here again, there'll be some hinged feet that come in, and they'll hinge out, and that's what'll give it its stability, because it is real thin. This top here is on there. I got the back on, the front pulling this down nice and smooth. Now there are going to be holes in here, and that's where we'll put a couple bolts, or maybe even just one nice, a whole bunch of holes, and then one bolt will kind of hold it in wherever you want it. But okay, we go up. We'll be able to lock it into place wherever we want, and will give us that nice stability. So we have, I don't know, maybe a solid 6 inches of adjustment. There is going to be wheels underneath this, so that'll raise it up 2 3/4 inches. Locking wheels, just like what's on my workbench here. So yeah, it just comes right off. The hinges for the top desk will go right on here. And that's what'll hinge out. Got a lot of sanding to do, a lot of random stuff, some thinking on what's going to happen. And that'll be it for a little bit. Alright, so what we're doing, we're putting on some primer. So I'm priming the base right here black, and then it'll be like a nice, I don't know, kind of like in the flat black. I bought a whole bunch of gloss black. Maybe we'll stick with the flat black. The flat black's just a primer, but whatever, we can still use the paint. The top part is being stained here, so I just got the coat on. It's a poly and a stain. I put that on. We're gonna let that dry. We're gonna put a few more coats on here. All right, so we're just finishing up some painting here, some random stuff, and then we got to be done for the night. I'm letting my stand dry. I've been putting the paint on it. Looks pretty good. It's going to be a nice contrast with the stain here. This is going to fold down like this, and then when you fold it up, you got a 20-inch. You got a 20-inch desk. And of course, this is going to be stained too. It'll meet up perfectly with that. So this part right here is 16 inches. This is 4, giving us that nice 20-inch desk, which is 2 of Heather's laptops. So she'll be able to fit a lot on there. It's a little bit longer than I originally anticipated, but I'm glad I did that. It's about 1.5 inches longer. She needs all the room she can get, and it's still going to be nice and small and fit where we need it. Again, it'll fold down like that. 18 inches down. Yeah, so we're good on that. What I'm going to do is we're going to stain this, but what I want to do is underneath here, right about right here, maybe right here or somewhere away from the bar that's going to go here. I want to put a wireless charger, and what I'll do is I'll route out the bottom as much as I can. Basically leave like an 1/8 inch of desk, and then mount that wireless charger up under there, and you just set your phone right on your desk. Maybe I'll put a little marker or something right there, and she'll be able to charge her phone. The cord will come out. I'm still working on it. I think what I'm gonna do is right here. I'm gonna try to mount some sort of little like power strip that can plug in like 3 or 4 different things. So that'll move with everything, and then she only has to plug one thing into the wall. So there will be a power strip mounted somewhere. Her cords will run down and plug in. We'll worry about cable management later, but there will be some sort of plug-in for all of her stuff to plug in, and then one thing come off. Alright, so now we're going to route out the area for the wireless charger. I marked it out how big it is. Marked it out on here. I'm going to use my edge guide. I've never used it before on the router. We're going to route out all the edges and then just start cleaning it out. We're going to go as close as we can to the bottom of this without going through. I marked it out. It goes through about 20 layers of Cheerios boxes, so we should be able to make it through this wood with wireless charger. Alright, so as you can see, I routed it out. Very, very thin. Wireless charger will go here, cord will run out here. This is what goes to the wall, it'll come out, plug in wherever. So you set our phone right here, it'll charge it. At this point, I think I'm just going to do a little bit more sanding. And then wait for more parts. Alright. So we got the top stain here. I have some little pucks underneath that I use for routing, and then you put things on it to stain. So stain the whole top. It's going to dry. I still think I'm going to do a nice clear coat of like lacquer over it. This stain does have lacquer poly in it, but I'm going to lacquer it or poly it something, make it a little bit stronger. We got the back routed out. So just going to show you don't need much. You even when you're building nice things. This is going to be a nice thing. I'm trying to get better as I go instead of making just random crap. This is random, but it's not going to be crap. My first one I built, the stand, I planned it out and it just didn't work, so I just let my sixth sense take over and made this. No plans, didn't see it on the internet, nothing like that. Just what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, and it worked out. We're gonna let these dry. We're gonna wait for the parts to come in. See how it looks. All right, it has only been 0 seconds for you, but it's been a few days for me. We got the brackets we're going to be using. Again, I use these on here. I love them. They fold out, nice and strong. They say they hold 440 pounds. I'm guessing the top would break before that even happens. Not that we're going to be doing anything crazy with it, but you guys do want to buy them. They're on Amazon. Pretty neat. These are the 16-inch style. So I did screw something up. We'll get into that in a minute. And it's about the length. Got some unpackaging here to do. I got some new stuff. I got sanding sticks. Different kinds, different grades. Just a whole bunch of them for getting in little details and everything. I always have sanding stuff. It's good for you. Another package. Sanding sponges. These are awesome to have. I found them on Amazon for way cheaper than they are at the store. I got eight, 9, 10, 11, 12 sponges. They're all labeled to 180 grit and down to 60. And up to 220. So we got a good assortment here. I think this was like 12 bucks. It's like $1 a sponge, and when you buy the ones at the store, I don't know, maybe they're not as good, but the thing is they run out so quick anyway, whether they're good or bad. I think this one is like $3.95. It's expensive, and that you go through them so quick. So online, way cheaper. Big bulk packs. Same with those sandy sticks. I want to say those were 10 bucks for 150 of them. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to route out the back of this a little bit more. The charging port here, I need to route it out so it can, the charging port can fit in there. I did test it. It does work. So I'm going to do some montaging. So we're going to do a couple things here in this next one. So where I screwed up is when I rounded these corners. Zoom in when you're... When I rounded these corners, these have to come out so far that they stick outside. So what I'm saying is, like, these are just too long. So we're going to do that. We're going to grind them down. I'm going to smooth them up, drill new holes, sand the inside of that because it's a tight fit. All right, so I grinded it down. Here's the original, and here's the one I cut off. I just took them to the sander, did a bunch of grinding. You see how I cut that hole out? I just need to drill another hole, but it's just a hair shorter, cleaned up so we don't cut our fingers on it. And that's what we got. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get these bars lined up. They always got some little like swagger to them. They're not perfect, but once you get them lined up, they do work. When I put the ones on my bench here, I wasn't perfect and it ended up catching, but I just kind of hit it with a hammer and bent it and it worked. I don't want to have to do that here, so I'm just trying to figure out how we do it here. Obviously, these aren't perfectly straight up, you know, perfect. So what I think I'm going to do is get it on there as best I can, throw a bunch of hot glue on it so it holds, then pre-drill my holes and put it in, and then worry about the top here. We'll put both the these sides on, and then we'll worry about getting this part straight. All right, moment of truth. I probably will have to bend them out with a screwdriver, but that's fine with me. I got them on there, nice and level at the back. I haven't put it down yet. Let's see. So here's the top of it. So we got a full 20-inch work surface. Charger's right here. Let's see if it folds down. Probably won't. Holy cow! It does. Folds down. Let's see. You are only taking up 5.5, a little less than 5.5 inches of space with this thing once it's folded. See here? Fold it back out, nice and tight. Boom, you got a nice work desk right here. Folds down just beautifully. Woo! I like that. That is neat, guys. We're on the home stretch of this project. So I want to show you right in here where it slides. I sanded it out with some of these new blocks. They seem to work pretty good. It's real tight in there. What I did is I put some of this finishing paste on it. Now honestly, I have no idea what this stuff is used for. The only thing I use it for is on the sled for my table saw, so it slides easier. So I figured it'll make this slide easier too. No idea what it's for. I just had it, using it. Charger's right here, all nice and just hot glued in. If it ever goes bad, I can yank it out. These levers right here. Pull the desk down, sit nice and flush. Of course, you know, we'll sit up like this on top of our stand. I put the wheels on the stand already, so now all we got to do is go in, put this on. I'm not going to drill any holes yet on the sides here for the adjustment yet. I'm going to put it just as low as it goes. Let her use that for a little while. If she can tell me where she wants it, we'll raise it up, I'll clamp it, and when she finds like a really good position she's comfortable with, then we'll go ahead and that's where we'll set her mark, and then we'll put something for me or maybe more marks, but we're just going to leave it like that until she tells me exactly where she wants it. I got these that we're going to put in it. I'll put the hex bolt on the outside. Through the side, and then the washer and the wing nut will be on the inside, and that's just kind of what will clamp everything down. It's a really tight fit, so all this would do is just kind of hold it in place. That's it till I bring it inside. All right. Can't finish a project without a beer. Got her on there. Wife's working behind me, giving me dirty faces about beer. Her phone is charging. Bring you guys in. That's the finished desk. Here's underneath. All my cross supports. It's at its lowest position. We're plugged in. Her phone says it's charging. And what we do, that folds down. We got these wheels on here now. Locking wheels. These roll in, they're held together, magnets out here. And the whole point of this desk was to be able to move it so she doesn't, you yank the cord out of the wall. And the whole point was so it fits behind the wall there or wherever we want to put it. These couches won't interfere, they don't go back, they slide out. There we go. Next thing we'll do is we'll do a montage of cleaning up the shop and put some pictures out.